Hello again and welcome along to the Wyxeboy kitchen. Come in. So today we're just going to do another one of the Express videos, the Wyxeboy Express. Video 2 this is, and what I'm going to show you is Tarte Flambee, which is what is known as in the Alsace as the French pizza. Yes, I know. I was introduced to this by a very good friend of mine, John Crooks. Big shout out to him. In Strasbourg in France, of course. Yeah, and they eat it everywhere. We just had it every night pretty much. I think it's lighter than a pizza, personally. It's very snacky. They bring it out, it's very large and it's cut into squares. It's kind of rectangular shaped. It's not round like you would expect, but yeah, it's a lot lighter. It's kind of quiche-y sort of flavors. So the first thing I need to make is the base. You need to make this, it takes an hour to rest, so you kind of need to be a little bit prepared with the base. So yeah, it's very simple, but yeah, you just need to be aware that if you're going to have it, to cook the base an hour before. It only takes around 10 minutes to cook, so it's easy to put together. It's just that base, you just have to wait for it to do its thing, baby. Do its thing. Oh yeah. The spider season's back. Right, so let's get on with this then. Okay, so what you need is 125 grams of flour. So I'm just weighing that up now. I would sieve that into your bowl. So sieve that into your bowl. Always like to sieve my flour, it gives it always like to sieve my flour, it airs it out, I think. Okay, then you need probably about a tablespoon of oil. Salt, about a teaspoon of salt, wow, half a teaspoon, something like that. Few grinds of your thing, and 50 ml of water. Just going to mix all that in together. That's all you need for the base. Let's get this. So, just going to fork this in, then I'm going to get my hands in. Yes, you're just making a dough. It's not rocket science, really. This is good. This is a good consistency. I'm liking it. So, once it's all mixed in, got it all mixed together. Just get it on your board. If you get it on your board, and you want to knead it, you basically want to knead it for a good, I'd say, 5 minutes. Okay, right. That's lovely. So that's lovely now. So once that's done, get it back in your bowl, cover it. I like to cover it with cling film, but you can just cover it with a towel if you like. You just don't want it to get to dry out, basically. It goes all funny. Oops. Give that a cover. While that's covering, go off, make yourself a cup of tea, have a nice little beer. So what I'm going to use for this topping is bacon and onions. Obviously you can put on whatever you want, but I wouldn't go too overboard. You just want probably 2 things, I would say. Maybe push it 3. Actually, I'm going to put some mushrooms on it. Screw it. Let's do this. Right, so I'm just going to use a little pre-packed thing of pancetta, which is about 100 grams. And I'm just going to slice up some onion. I'm going to use a red onion, I think. These are quite big, so I'm just going to use half. So Just slice it up as I've shown you in the past. You want this nice and thin actually, so I got this from Wimble Market, very good place. Even in these lockdown scenarios. Right, there we go, sliced onion. Gonna get that in the pan. Okay, so my bacon's seared nicely. What you want to do when it's cooked is strain it with a sieve, through a sieve. You don't really want any oil on that, on top of that part, really, to be honest. Depending on the quality of bacon, hopefully you shouldn't have too much water. I mean, you could add actually I'm just going to add the veg, because that's going to soak up some of that. And if I add a bit of mushroom, that's going to really soak that up. So let's do that. So I've finished sliced up a bit of mushroom, that's going in. Oh, mushroom flying all over the place. It's alright, Emma will clear that up, it's fine. Got the old Pac-Man top back out today. Me photo shoot. No new magnets up here, I'm afraid. Not travelled anywhere, obviously. COVID-19, hope you're all keeping safe. Hope you're getting some cooking done. Now McDonald's isn't open. I know what you lot are like. So yeah, you want to get this really crispy. See, this is actually quite a lot of topping, really. I might not use all of this because you don't want to overload the thing. The cheese you need is Emmental. I don't know if I said that, but you would have seen it on my graphic anyway. But yeah, Emmental cheese. The base is going to be Creme Fraiche and a little bit of yoghurt. There's a French ingredient that you should use, but you won't be able to get hold of it. It's Framage. It's like cream cheese sort of thing. But you can use yoghurt as a replacement, preferably Greek yoghurt. I don't have that, but yeah, you just make the base up with that, and then you layer this and the cheese. We'll see. Don't worry, guys. I'll show you. Right. Yeah, so you want it to be like this, really. Go crispier if you like, but I think that'll probably do us. Right, okay, so that's your topping done. So what we need to do now is make up our creme fraiche mix, which we will lay on that base. So you need about 50 grams, 50 ml of creme fraiche, so about 4 tablespoons, and probably about 2 tablespoons of yoghurt, I suppose. Yeah, we'll go 2. Give that a little mix. Okay, so now we're going to roll out our base. What I like to do is lay out a sheet of baking paper, greaseproof paper or whatever. Let's have a little bit of flour on there, a little bit on the paper. Then you're ready to go straight away. So let's get that on there. Then what you want to do is roll this into a square. Really thin is the important thing here. Get that out of the way a second. So yeah, you want to get this into a square. Really thin, much thinner than a pizza base. For all my Italian friends out there, I know it's not a pizza. Like Tristano mentioned when we were there. Disgusted by it he was until he tried it and he actually liked it. Typical Italian that. Anyway, right. They don't like you messing with their food. Right. Okay, let's get a bit of flour now. You do not want that to stick to the pin. What I like to do is get it to my size that I'm going to make, that I want. And then cut it into a square. Just square it off like that. Don't waste too much of that, do we, boobs? So you get yourself a nice square like that. Then what you want to do, probably used got a bit too much here actually. Let's just take that on for a minute. Get yourself a spatula. Just layer this across. What you don't want to do is do it on those edges really. Just want it in the middle. You want to leave a little margin. Okay. It's pretty good, I think. Just going to level that off a little bit, thanks. Bit of a mess of that, didn't I? Okay. And then get some of this lovely filling across the middle. Just press that down into it. Okay. And when you get yourself some Emmental cheese, it's very important, Emmental. Cover this filling. Again, you don't really want to go too much on that margin that on the left, because that's going to crisp up in the oven, which we like. That's probably about enough, I'd say. Yep. A little bit of black peps. Right, so ready to go in the oven now. I've put mine on a little board. You want it quite high up in the oven. Like I said, 250 degrees. No less, boys, no less. So subscribe please. Thanks for watching. Need to get these subscribers up on YouTube. So get the curry guy on board, and then follow me Instagram, and see you again soon.